The Ijaw ethnic nationality in Warri tells the state is drumming up support for the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) over the delineation of Warri federal constituency, saying it is a creditable decision. At a solidarity rally held at the INEC headquarters here in Abuja, they said that for more than 29 years, they have been victims of ward allocation. A former president of Baramatu Youth Council, Christopher Etwemi Wuruyai, said contrary to allegations, all the stakeholders were consulted before INEC commenced the delineation exercise. He commended INEC for its commitment to the rule of law and good governance by engaging stakeholders among Ijaw, Urobo, and Isekiri ethnic nationalities.
Today, INEC have done a diligent job, and this job was because the Ijaws took INEC to court. INEC won their case. They took them to the appeal court. They meticulously follow up this case until the Supreme Court. And judgment was given that INEC should go back and make a proper ward delineation. The time for military fiat is gone. And INEC have so far obeyed the Supreme Court judgment and have done ward delineation. Even before this process started on the field work, certain group of people tried to scuttle and prevent this process to prevail.
Well, joining us in our studios in Lagos to discuss reactions trailing the Warri constituency delineation and other issues arising from this is Chief Monday Keme, the Principal Secretary to the Amaokosu of Ogbe-Ijoh, Warri Kingdom. Thank you for joining us, Monday.
Thank you for having me.
All right, great. Well, there's a claim by some, especially, well, I think Isekiris, that all the stakeholders weren't carried along, even though the spokesperson of the Ijaw, David Reje, is saying that that's not true. Speak to this.
Well, first, I've been privileged to attend all the stakeholders meeting called by the Independent National Electoral Commission. All stakeholders were carried along, the Ijaw, Urobo, and the Shekris, and decisions taken and agreed by all stakeholders concerned.
All right. INEC says it is yet to take a final decision on the exercise and is urging all stakeholders, including those who are saying they weren't consulted, to submit their observations for further deliberations. So is the INEC is saying it's not yet concluded, and it's asking for observations, submissions to deliberate on what they have observed and their complaints, as it were.
Well, I think that is the best decision they have taken under the present circumstance, because in this kind of process, there is certainly going to be claims and observations. For instance, in Warri Southwest, what the field work INEC presented do not reflect the work done by INEC officials on ground, as I'm talking about the Ogbe-Ijoh in Warri Southwest. So I think we have communicated that to INEC, and it is only proper that opportunity should be given to people to make their claims.
Proper. Let me take you back to my first question. The people who are saying, because you said that according to you, all stakeholders, Ijaw, Urobos, Isekiris, were consulted. So what's the basis? I mean, I'm wanting to think that they wouldn't just say it or lie. Maybe you could explain to us what's the basis of their saying that they weren't consulted, while you say all you attended the meetings were consulted.
Well, in fact, I don't know why they are putting up such claims. Even issues that were raised and dealt with, agreed by all parties, they came up to say they were never part. A good example is their claim that Ogbe-Ijoh people are not part of Warri South. These issues were raised at the stakeholders meeting and was resolved. And for purpose of clarity, the Ogbe-Ijoh kingdom, because before now there have been this expression that Ogbe-Ijoh settlement refers to people in Warri Southwest only. That is not true. Now, the Ogbe-Ijoh kingdom is one kingdom divided into two parts by the Warri River. One part was in the former Warri division, which is now part of Warri Southwest. The other part was in Warri District Urban Council. For purposes of administrative convenience, Ogbe-Ijoh, the part in Warri District, forms part and parcel and is presently known as the Warri South local government. And these issues were dealt with. The same Ishakiri people came out to say that we are not part. So I am not surprised that today they come out to say they were not carried along. In fairness to the Independent National Electoral Commission, all critical stakeholders were carried along. And this is just one of their tricks to frustrate the process.
So, Monday, what do they want? I mean, from what I understand now, the resolution is that Ogbe-Ijoh is two. One Warri South, one Warri West, if I get you correct. So what do they want? Why are they're now saying that the resolution which you have given us was not arrived at? What's their complaint? What do they want?
Come again, I didn't get you clearly.
You told me now that the complaint is about Ogbe-Ijoh, that Ogbe-Ijoh is not just Warri. There's Warri South and then there's Warri East. All this, it was resolved right before their presence. So if it was resolved,
yeah,
what are they then saying?
That is what I'm telling you. I don't know. When the Supreme Court gave that judgment on 2nd December 2022, stakeholders meetings were held and parties agreed on what to do. Thereafter, they went and instituted a series of litigations against the commission to see that the plans of the commission never come to pass. So what they are doing is not different from what they have been doing from the beginning.
And what have they been doing from the beginning?
What they have been doing from the beginning is that they never wanted this process to commence in the first place. You are also aware when INEC actually wanted to start this process and how they took legal action in Warri Federal High Court, Benin Federal High Court, including the Federal High Court in Abuja. And all that delayed the process until last month or so, when the Abuja division of the Federal High Court gave judgment asking INEC to go ahead with the field work and implementation of the delineation of the Warri Federal constituency as ordered by the Supreme Court. So whatever thing they are doing today is not a surprise to most of us. As I said from the beginning, they never wanted this exercise. They have been claiming to be majority in all the three local governments. And today we have seen who are the majorities.
And who is the majority now?
Of course, you talk of majority in Warri North, the Ijaw people are majority in Warri North. You talk about majority in Warri Southwest, the Ijaw people are majority in Warri Southwest. You talk about majority in Warri South. Of course, the Robos are the majority in Warri South. That is a clear fact.
Now, there was a report of some protesters shutting down 28,000 barrels per day oil facility in Warri Southwest over this matter. Tell us about it.
Well, I think that was done by the Shekiris, as I said, on Friday, the 4th of April 2025, when the field work was released to all the ethnic people concerned. They first went to barricade the entrance to the Nigerian Port Authority, Delta Ports. They were there for about 2 or 3 days. They left to Chevron facilities where they shut down that particular fuel station. So I do not know why at this point they decide to take all that. Now, there are laid down procedures for them to display their anger. If for any reason, whatever that is being done, like INEC has rightly said, it's an ongoing process. So one expects that they should be able to communicate their observations, areas that are not okay, with them back to the commission. Just like I just said, in the case of Ogbe-Ijoh in Warri Southwest, we observed that the field work does not reflect the work done by INEC staff on ground. So we communicated to INEC. That is what I expected them to do. But I don't know.
I don't know. I like that. All right. Well, I was wondering, when I was, reading this story, I was wondering what delayed the Supreme Court order, because this order was handed down on December 2, 2022, and this is April 13, 2025. So was it the court court back and forth that delayed this process, or were there any other matters that delayed the process?
No. It was the litigations that delayed the process. If not, this matter ought to have been concluded long before now.
All right.
As I said, they filed at the Warri Federal High Court, they filed at the Benin Federal High Court, they filed at the Abuja Division of the Federal High Court. So it was these cases that were delaying the process until recently, when these issues were resolved by the court and directing INEC to go ahead with the delineation process.
Maybe you would know, or then maybe you would tell us. INEC has said it's not a final decision yet, so bring your objections, bring your suggestions. Any date when all this thing will be collated and looked at before proceeding further? Did INEC give any date?
Well, there is no tentative date, but we learn maybe by next week they are going to call for a stakeholders meeting. So we are waiting for that stakeholders meeting. We will attend. We will make our points, objections known to the commission, because from the very beginning we have given them our own support, and that we intend to do, because the people of Warri need to have a representative, and we will continue to give them the support they need to see that we resolve all these issues amicably. So on the part of the job people, we will be there whenever they call us.
Yep, amicably is the word. Very well said there. Monday Keme, the Principal Secretary to the Amalkosu of Ogbe-Ijoh Warri Kingdom. Thank you for being on News.